All right, it's late. I don't want to go out to go get food, so I'm gonna stay here and do this video right now. I'm in my I don't give AF outfit. I'm so don't judge me, but I'm just trying to use my new tripod setup to create some content that I would find helpful for myself. Hopefully, you find it helpful as well. Basically, the theme of my group, the Rocket Ship Challenge, the whole concept behind it, it's not that I have achieved 10K a month yet with my group, but it's something that I've really, really wanted to do for a long time. And don't we all want to do that, right? But I have spent a lot of time with people who have achieved this. And I've compiled a lot of lessons from these people in my head, also from people who have done way more than just 10K a month, right? But I feel like I've made a lot of friends with people in school, and it just kind of like I really want them to get there. Like I see them getting that 10K a month, that rocket ship. I see myself getting the rocket ship. And it can't be this, like, it's impossible if it's this thing that only certain people can have. I don't think that's true. I think anyone can actually achieve this if they put the right systems in place, obviously. I'm not going to try and sell you any systems because the systems are pretty universal. Everyone has a slight different twist or flair on how they use the systems, but that's why I hope to really simplify it as much as possible for people. Um, so that way, let's see, I just want to simplify it as much as possible so that way more people can take advantage of it, of what is possible on school and actually start earning 10K plus 29K, whatever it is per month. And it can be done with low ticket or high ticket communities. Now, where is the disconnect? What's the challenge? Well, I'll just be very transparent about myself and what I haven't been doing enough of to get the rocket ship that I know I need to be doing, right? And in fact, what I'm doing right now is part of that. I'm producing content. I'm filming a video. Hopefully, maybe I'll make this like a 36-minute long video. Who knows? The concept behind that is that the more time people spend seeing you and hearing you on camera, the more trust is built up. And I know I might talk super kind of like like too heady about this stuff, but this is just how my brain works. This is how I'm gonna bring you this knowledge, okay? So, and I got this new tripod, so finally I can film without having to use my hands to hold the phone, which, you know, it just gives you more lighting possibilities and stuff. So anyways, the point of this is that I'm filming content. Everyone in my group should be filming more content. If we film a ton of content every day, publish a ton of content every day, every week, and through that process, we're getting better at the content. We're getting better at what to say. We're trying new methods. We're like, I got this tripod. I invested in this tripod. I invested in a DJI mic, all so that way I could improve the output of my content. So you have to test these things. You have to try these things, and that's what I'm doing right here. Now, the other part of the systems, everyone at the beginning of their online business journey, if you're a guy like me, you tend to be kind of swayed into the idea of just doing raw outreach, which is great. I don't know why I can't stomach the raw outreach and just like hitting the outreach. And I honestly, frankly, don't think a lot of people end up doing it. That's why everyone loves watching those videos. Everyone loves making those videos because in actuality, people don't do enough raw outreach. And at the beginning, if you feel like you can't do it, there may be something else there. One sec. There may be something else that's blocking you from doing the raw outreach. You might have too many different platforms that you're switching between. You might, like, that's the case in my case. You might know that you have to do the raw outreach and just find people and do cold outreach. But it's definitely not like you can't beat yourself up about not doing it. And that's a lesson I had to learn for myself. Now, what I ended up doing that was like super helpful was I ended up doing a lot of warm outreach. Warm outreach is way better as a beginner. And in fact, a lot of the people who ended up doing massive amounts of revenue, they all start with warm outreach. And what that actually looks like, this is the part that I want you to listen to. What that actually looks like is sitting down, opening a Google Sheet and writing on a notebook, and then putting the 50 names that come up in your mind onto that notebook. These could be people that you've worked with in the past, people that are like you've met through different jobs you've had, businesses, etc. Like kind of people that you know that are kind of well connected. Now, these people you can talk to, and they can connect you with opportunities. You can also pitch them what you're doing right now. And if you literally just synthesize it to this level and you talk to these people who you have already had a warm relationship with, I promise you'll get far more out of it than if you try to sit around and procrastinate because you don't actually want to do all the cold outreach that you feel obligated to do, if that makes sense. So that's one thing that I want you to be aware of. Now, so far I've talked about content and warm and cold outreach. The next thing, once you do enough of this stuff, once you start doing consistent content and you start publishing content, even if it sucks, like this sucks right now, I may or may not even post this because I'm like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. But I don't know how I'm coming across on camera, but I'm trying something new. So this will help inform my future content. It will help me improve my future content. This is the first time I'm talking to a camera like this, first time I'm having it on a tripod, getting comfortable, trying to get comfortable. It's gonna feel janky at first. That's essentially what I'm saying. Now, you do the content. The content helps you build trust. Now, this is where you can actually start to emulate the channels that do really well, the channels that look really nice and clean. But until you start creating the content, you actually can't emulate those channels yet. You know the ones that I'm thinking of, right? Like the ones that have a good banner, they have good, consistent 12-minute long videos, 400,000 subscribers, they have a certain aesthetic, a certain style, right? You can't start emulating those channels until you start making content. And most people flip it around and they try to emulate those channels before they started making content. No, make the bad content and then start trying to copy or trying to align your channel towards those channels, because those channels clearly get stuff right? Now the next step is the fulfillment. Well, there's a step in between, right? In the description of your channel, you are gonna have like a call to action, hopefully. I actually saw one recently that was just like, thank you for reading this. And I kind of like that because everyone is kind of fatigued about seeing some kind of call to action. But anyways, the second step is the part that I like helping people with is the newsletter. So in the description of your channel, of your video, you're gonna have like a link that says, hey, join my newsletter. And that's what I recommend, because if you do consistent videos and you pair that with consistent email newsletter nurturing, then you can tie them together and the newsletter will help you gain more views on your videos. So it's a flywheel. This is like the magic of this whole business. This is the magic of all of this. The whole concept too, this is something I wrote down, is that the point of content isn't to help your current audience get to know you better. It is, but it's more so to help when you meet a random person on the street and they're like, oh, what do? You just help get them to subscribe to your channel, and then they see all this content that you have. They instantly know you. And they want to buy from you. That's the whole point of content. And everyone, I don't think, understands this. So the next step is, of course, the delivery or the systems behind the delivery, right? That's where you can do the fulfillment and the sales and the processing of your payment through Skool, which I love Skool, and definitely sign up below with my 14-day free link. I'm trying to get 30 new people to join school using my link by the end of the year. That would be awesome. So I hope you join me there. So yeah, anyways, the systems and how you fulfill on an online business, that's something I mean, it's a whole different discussion. It's a whole different topic. I'll make another video about that eventually. But what I want to share with you is like, the whole business is actually so simple. Like, so many people add so many unnecessary steps and a whole lot of service that you don't have to do and all this other stuff, right? But it's not important. You don't need to do all that stuff. You can synthesize it down to just helping one type of person, a specific type of person, making content to attract that type of person, and then getting them on a call, and they already want to buy from you. They already trust you. They already want to work with you. All you have to do is kind of get them to the sale, and then you can have that exchange of value, and then you can actually help them, and they help you, and that's how this kind of like online exchange, online business works. It's really beautiful, actually. And like with anything, there's this many people who try and this many people who really succeed, but the success comes from really eliminating a lot of things, okay? And like I said, I've hung out with a lot of the people who are very successful in this space. They're regular people, right? But their process and their systems are super streamlined. They have a tripod, they have a backup power bank, and they have the newest iPhone. And they just record videos and they publish those videos on YouTube. The point being that YouTube gives you free distribution to hundreds of millions of people, okay? This is like freaking insane. You can start your channel, publish a video. If you publish a good video right away, it could go viral, right? And if you know what to do with that viral video, if you know what to do with that attention, you are set. Like, you're golden. But obviously there's people like me who have a harder time getting on YouTube, a harder time making the right kind of content. And I can tell you exactly why that is, because I'm not practicing enough. I'm not looking into the camera, recording, talking to the camera, getting familiar and comfortable with this. I might know a lot, I might understand a lot, it might all sound good in my head, but to actually put that into reality, that's a whole different story. And that's where, you know, you separate the doers from the want to doers. Yeah, and my advice to everyone is just start making 12-minute videos, talking to the camera. What's gonna happen is you're gonna improve your actual like whole ability to do this. You're gonna get better at it, okay? And that in itself is such a valuable skill, to improve something incrementally. And literally the magic is you make the 12-minute videos, you publish them, you make more 12-minute videos, you know, every week you make at least one. Just commit to making one video, publish one video. Don't overwork yourself at first, but make that like the top of mind thing out of anything else you do. Just always be having that in the background of your mind and just try and achieve this, okay? It will help you change your life. It's actually amazing what's possible right now. Anyways, I'm gonna charge my phone, but I might just post this and be like, F it. Yeah, I might just upload this as an unlisted. Maybe I'll just post it in my school community. But yeah,